The answer is simply 2 square. Yes. Okay. So for this one, you just take 108, divide it by the smallest prime. What is the smallest prime number? 2. It is not 1. Smallest prime number is 2. You get 54. Divide by 2 again. You get 27. Divide by 3. You get 9, 3, 3, 3, and 1. So 108 is equals to 2 square times 3 cube. Okay? Now, question part B. Find the smallest integer that leaves a remainder of 6 when divided by 108 and 810. So we are going to write down 810 in terms of its prime numbers again. So 810, we realize that it is equal to 2 times 3 power 4 times 5. 108, just rewrite it again, 2 square times 3 cube. To find the smallest integer that leaves a remainder of 6 when it's divided by 108 and 810, it means that we need to find the LCM. Then we add 6 to it. Okay, so LCM of 810 and 108. How do we write down the LCM based on the prime factors? We gather everything. Okay, for 810, 108, to find LCM, we gather all the prime numbers, all the prime factors. It is a union, if you remember your set theory. Union, 2 and 2 square. Union, you will get 2 square. 3 power 4 and 3 power 3, the union will be 3 power 4. And 5 with 1, the union will be 5. So this is my LCM, which is 1620. So the answer is equal to 1620 plus 6, which is 1626. Okay, so I said that to find LCM, we use the union. What about HCF? Just another question, huh? What if I ask you to find the HCF for these two? HCF, we will find the intersection, whatever is common. Okay, between 2 and 2 square, what is common? 2. Okay, so HCF will be 2 times between 3 cube and 3 power 4. What is common? 3 power 3. 1 and 5, nothing in common. So this is my HCF. Know how to get your HCF and your LCM from the prime factors. Okay? The next. Find the smallest integer, blah, 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 such that this is a whole number. If you square root something and you get a whole number, wouldn't that something be a perfect square? That is what they want. It is another way of asking you what is the value of k, such that 1 over 5 times 108 times k gives you a perfect square. Okay, so we rewrite the 108 again in terms of its its prime factors. So now 1 over 5 times 108, right? 108, we said that it was 2 square times 3 cube times k is a perfect square. Anybody lost so far? Then now we look at individual numbers. Okay, let's look at this 2 square. Is it a perfect square already? Yes, it is. 2 square is a perfect square. What about 3 cube? It is not a perfect square. What do I need to multiply to it such that your 3 to the power of something is a perfect square? What makes a number a perfect square? Okay, is 3 to the power of 6 a perfect square? Farisha, is 3 power 6 a perfect square? Why? 6 can be divided by 2, meaning 6 is a multiple of 2. Why is it so important that it is a multiple of 2? That's why it's a perfect square. Because this can be written as 3 power 3 square. As long as the power is a multiple of 2, we can always express it like this. Prove that it is a perfect square. Okay? So right now, 3 power 3, this is not a perfect square yet. So k must be equals to 3 times something. Okay? Now 3 times 3 power 3, you get 3 power 4. That makes it a perfect square already. So the 2 and the 3, they are settled. Now, this 1 over 5 is giving me a problem. What must I multiply to 1 over 5 in order to make it a perfect square? I multiply by 5. Because 5 divided by 5 is 1. 1 is a perfect square. Okay, so k is equals to 15. Any questions? D. Explain why it is a perfect cube. So, do you remember what Farisha just said? Why is 3 power 6 a perfect square? That's not what she said. Why 3 power 6 is a perfect square? Ryan, what do you say? What is a multiple of 2? Yes, as long as the power is a multiple of 2, then it is a perfect square. So, in order to prove that something is a perfect cube, what do we need to prove? Yes, we want to prove that the powers are multiples of 3. So 8,000, let's write it in terms of its prime factors first. So this will give me, divided by 2, you get 4,000. Divided by 2, 2,000. Yes. Then we continue. You hang on, huh? So this will be divided by 5. Then we get 25, 5, 5, 5, 1. So 8,000 is equal to 2 to the power of 6 times 5 to the power of 3. Since powers of 2 and 5 are multiples of 3, so we conclude that 8,000 is a perfect cube. Okay, this will guarantee you your full marks. Okay, so do you remember initially I asked you why is 2 power 6 a perfect square? Why didn't you say, oh, because I square root 2 power 6, I get a whole number? Why didn't you say that? Then it's because what you are doing, what you are suggesting right now, just cube root it lah. Just square root it lah, and see whether I get a whole number. That is just proving based on that particular question. Whatever number I throw you, you just whack using a calculator and you see whether it's correct or not. What is the principle behind it? The principle behind it is as shown. Okay, we don't try for every single question whether it makes sense or not. We go down to the principle. What makes it a perfect square? What makes it a perfect cube? And this is the reason. No guess and check. No coincidence at all. This is the reason. Okay? If you had written down 20 power 3 is equals to 8, I believe I gave full marks, right? Yeah, some of you did that. I believe I gave full marks. Like I said, I was quite lenient for this. But understand the principles behind it, okay? Well, question 2A. Mass of B is K times mass of A. So let's just write an equation. B equals to K times of A. Find the value of K. Therefore, K equals to B over A. Substitute. For B will be 1.6 times 10 power negative 24 divided by 6.4 times 10 power negative 27, and we will get 250. Straightforward, almost everybody got it correct. Next one, 550 kilobytes of space for one file, minimum storage capacity if we want 57270 complete files, so total space is equals to how many files? 57270 times 550. This is kilobytes, so I multiply by 10 power 3 to make it bytes. Okay, this is from kilo. And we will find that this is equals to 3.1498500 times 10 to the power 7 times 10 to the power 3. Convert it to giga. So giga is 10 to the power 9. We try to squeeze out 10 to the power 9 from here. This is obviously 10 to the power 10. So if I squeeze out 10 to the power 9, I'll need to multiply by 10 on this side. 3.1498500 times 10 times 10 to the power 9. So this is 31.49850 gigabytes. Now they want you to round it off to the nearest integer, so round it off to be 32. Minimum storage mark. If you rounded it down to 31, then you cannot store the required number of files. You must round it up. Okay, then part B, very familiar questions are N cards at K cents per dozen. We did it in class before. So therefore Q cents each, blah blah blah, profit. So we want the total cost. Total cost will be K over 12 times N. So we get N K over 12 cents. Okay, because one dozen cost K cents. So one card, we will need to divide by 12. Then we multiply it by N, which is the number of cards. This is how much you got in total. Then he sold them for Q cents each. What is the term to call the total amount of money he got? No? Revenue. Okay, so revenue, whatever he got, is equals to NQ cents. Revenue is the total amount of money you get from selling all your things. It includes your profit. It includes the amount that the cost price. So profit is equals to revenue minus total cost. So NQ minus NK over 12. Now this is in cents. Then I want it in dollars, so I will need to divide by 100. Simplify it. I will get 12 NQ minus NK over 1200. That's all. If you all cannot see, feel free to shift your tables over. Okay, next. A is inversely proportional to the square of Q. Hold on, not yet. X is thrice of Y. Okay, so X to Y will be 3Y to Y, right? X is 3 times of Y. Make sense for this step so far? X is 3 times of Y. And what else did they say? So this 3 is to 1 lah. Y to Z is 4 over 3 to 5 over 2. Simplify it. In ratio, we want to work with whole numbers. We don't want decimal, we don't want fraction. So multiply it with the lowest common multiple, which is 6. I'll get 8 is to 15. Okay, so X to Y is 3 to 1, Y to Z is 8 to 15. So I can change my X to Y such that this is also equals to 8, so that I can compare. Now my y terms, they are all based at 8. So what is the corresponding value of x? It has to be 24. So x to z will now be 24 to 15. When you write ratios, we need to leave them in the simplest form. This will not give you the full marks. We need to divide by 3. So I'll get 8 to 5. Okay? I had many answers left as 4 is to 5 over 2. Not simplified. Don't get the mark. 24 to 15. Also not simplified. So on and so forth. Don't make this mistake again. Oh, this one wrong. Wrong. Okay, now sketch the graph of A versus Q. Write down the relationship first. We have A is inversely proportional, so write K over Q squared. Inversely proportional to square of Q. If you don't know how to do this, you can try to do a table for certain value of Q. What do you get for A? And since they only want for Q greater than 0 and A greater than 0, we might as well start with a positive number, maybe 0.1, then 0.5, so on and so forth. And you see the relationship. But if you are familiar with it, you know that it looks like this. Wow, very nice curve, right? Yeah, like that is correct. What are the points that we are looking for? This part, it cannot touch the vertical axis. This part cannot touch the horizontal axis. But did I say they must be parallel? No, I didn't. It should go closer and closer without touching. And it must be a smooth curve. Okay? And now, it is known that A is equals to 10 for a particular value of Q, blah, blah, blah. Standard question, gone through so many times. Most likely, O level will come out again. If you got this wrong, I hope you're kicking yourself when you're doing this question during the exams, because we went through it many times. And now is the chance for you to learn it properly again, so that you don't get it wrong again during O levels. This is our relationship. A equals to K over Q squared. Which ones are variables? What are the variables over here? Zheng Hong? What are the variables? Well, I just circled. Which one of these? There are 3 things over here. Which one are variables? A and Q. So what are my constants, Shuning? K. K is a constant. K doesn't ever change. Write down what K is first. Okay, so K will be equals to A Q squared. Yes? This one, constant. This one will be constant. Okay? Then, let's see what happens. Now that Q is half, we go back to our relationship. We want to find A. Okay? So A is equals to K, which is a constant. This value, AQ squared, divided by what? Q squared, isn't it? Or is it half Q squared? Half of Q squared. I shouldn't write A, I should write answer. A is equal to 10 for okay, this A over here, because in the question they say that A is equals to 10, class, they say that A is equals to 10 for a particular value of Q. So we can replace the A with 10. 10 is equals to KQ squared. So this A can replace with 10. Okay? So 10 q square divided by the square of the new value of q, which is half q. This will be 10 divided by half square. Here I have q square, and at the bottom I also have q square. Your q square will cancel out. And your final answer will be 10 over 1 over 4, which is equals to 40. What do you mean? What is your value of k? K equals to 10q square. Okay, you show me your paper later. Later. Okay, so any questions for this? The value is 40. What is the common mistake that I see? Is that you write down your answer 10q square over half q square. What is the difference between this and this? Yeah, you didn't square the half. You are supposed to. The half over here belongs to the cube. You square the entire thing. Okay, so this is over here wrong. Part B. 20 men take 10 days to finish building a house. If the job needs to be completed 2 days earlier, how many more men required? Okay. So 20 men need 10 days. Built by 20 men. 1 day. Built by how many men? Don't have to go and memorize when is it multiply or divide. When is it inversely proportional, when is it proportional. We use logic. 10 days need 20 men, right? 1 day need how many men? 200 lah, definitely more. Okay, now we want it to finish 2 days earlier, right? So we need 8 days. Alright? So 8 days. By how many men now? How do we get 25? Which is 8 lah. So 200 divided by 8, we get 25 men. 8 days, we require 25 men to finish building it. So how many more? So some stopped at this step. They wanted how many more men? So 25 minus 20, we get 5 men. Questions? Yes. A map is drawn to scale 1:25,000. Highway measured 40 cm, find the actual length in kilometers. Okay, this ratio over here, the scale 1:25,000. Are there any units given? No units, because they are of the same units. If it is 1 cm, they get 25,000 cm. If it is 1 kilometer, you get 25,000 kilometers. That is why there are no units. The units are the same. So we can remove them. So now 40 cm, how much is it? 1:25,000. So 40 cm is to 1,0,0,1,2,3 cm. This is 1, 2, 3, 1 million. 1 million centimeters. Now we convert this to kilometers. Do it step by step. Don't try to skip steps. You'll confuse yourself. So right now, this to centimeters to meters, we divide by 100. So this is equals to 1 million cm is equals to 10,000 meters, which is 10 kilometers. Okay? Then, next part. Of course, they are going to ask you about area. They always like to do these things. Okay, now the actual area is 0.464 square kilometers. Convert it to square centimeters. We have our relationship over here. 1 is to 25,000. They are of the same units so far. So let's convert them 1 cm. Convert this to kilometers because our question is asking us to work in kilometers. So 25,000 centimeters to kilometers, we will get 0.25 km. Okay? Simple division only. Now is the step that we want to test you. How do you convert centimeters, from length to a ratio of area? How? We square it. We square the left hand side, we square the right hand side. So 1 square centimeter will be 0.25 kilometers multiplied by 0.25 kilometers, and this will be 0.0625 square kilometers. Once you have this relationship, you will get 1 mark. This relationship is 1 mark, or any other equivalent. Then 0.464 square kilometers will therefore be approximately 7.424 square centimeters. it's not approximately, it is exactly. So 7.424. You cannot round since it is exact. Seven A, no problem, I shall not go through it. 7B. Wait, 7B first. This was very badly done. 7B. So better listen. 1 divided by this whole thing, square. Let's rewrite it first. 1 over 5x power negative 4 square. Now I expand whatever is in the bracket. 1 over 5 square x power negative 4 square. This gives me 1 over 25 x power negative 8. X power negative 8 is actually 1 over x power 8. So I can rewrite it this way if I want. 1 over x power 8. This is actually x power 8 over 25. Okay? Next, part C. I'm happy with how you did this question. You realize that this should be changed to base 5 because 5 power 3 equals to 125. At the same time, you realize that 1 is equals to 5 power 0. Okay, with this, we are able to write down our equation. 5 power 2x minus 1 times 5 power 3 minus x equals to 5 power 0. So we just compare the powers only. 2x minus 1, because over here we are multiplying, we therefore add the powers up. Plus 3 times 3 minus x equals to 0. Solve, you get x equals to 8. Alright? Questions? Have questions? Better ask. Don't wait until consultation, then ask. Okay? Then 8. K is a positive integer. Show that for k blah 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 is divisible by 4. How do we show something is divisible by 2? Hannah, how do we show something is divisible by 2? That is not the answer I'm looking for. What do you think? Okay, fair enough, it is an even number. How do I know if something is divisible by 3? Really, 6, is it a multiple of 3? What did we learn from this question? This question over here. Multiples. How do I know something is a multiple of 3? Okay, sorry. How do I know something is divisible by 3? Exactly. Right? So, if I want to show that something is divisible by 4, I will need to write it as a multiple of 4. Make sense or not? To show something is divisible by 4, I need to rewrite this such that it is a multiple of 4. Okay? Yeah, how you divide by 4. So I have many students who let k be 1. Then you only show me for k equals to 1. What about for k equals to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? There are infinite values of k that you need to test it out in order to prove that it is divisible by 4. And we definitely don't expect you to do it. So the method, the principle is to rewrite it as a multiple of 4. Okay, now 3 power 4k plus 1 plus 3 power 4k. Can we factorize this? Then we will get 3 power 4k multiplied by 3 plus 3 power 4k, isn't it? Right, Farisha? Do you get this? You got this correct. Okay, then what should I do next? Expand. Okay, then I expand, then I get back this one. Factorize. What is the common factor? 3, 3. Common factor is 3. 3 power 4k. So, right? This is equal to 3 power 4k times 4. Now, is this a multiple of 4? I said paper 2, but it doesn't matter. Now, is this a multiple of 4? Yes. There is a factor of 4 over here, so therefore this must be a multiple of 4. In other words, this is divisible by 4. Done. Yeah. Hey, if you never put bracket, that means it's wrong. You show me your... Okay, what do you write as? What do you write answer? Okay, I'm sure it is wrong. Mathematically wrong. And have we done something like this before? Have we done this type of question before? Yes, in one of your TYS questions, you've done it before. Factorize completely. This one was alright. 2x next one also okay. I won't be going through these two because they are okay. Similarly for part C, part B, answer will be 9b minus a. Which one? Part 2, you get it correct, but your intermediate step correct or not? You can try showing it to me lah. Have you found the mistake? If you have, then could it be possible that you get the correct answer with that error? Unlikely lah, but you can show it to me later. Yes, Marcus? Okay, come and get a pass. Alright, now question 10. Hey, I thought you're very good at completing a square. Hey, part B, I wrote out answer already. What? For part B, is it? Show me, show me. Show me, show me. Yeah, it's not simplified.
This
is not simplified. 9b minus a will be simplified. Do you write 5 as negative 5? You don't want, you leave it as 5. You try lah. Okay, completing a square. Right now, the first thing that we can do, because of this negative in front of your x squared, so many of you got problem already. The way to tackle this is to factorize the negative sign out. Okay, now with this, can you complete the square for the highlighted part? For this part, you shouldn't have problem. So you will end up with negative, open bracket, complete the square properly, you will get x minus 3 square minus 4. Okay, if you complete your square properly. Then now, expand it out again. So you get negative x minus 3 square plus 4. As you are doing this question, how many of you were a bit thrown off? Like you're supposed to know how to complete a square, but somehow you didn't quite know how to do this. Nobody? Don't want to admit? I say. So if you get that feeling that you're not too sure about your answer, what can you do? You go and expand this one. Expand and see if you get the same as the question. If it's wrong, if it's different, that means you know you went wrong somewhere lah. Then you try to amend. So now you know how to do it? Do you know how to do it now? So next time you cannot get this wrong again. Hence, sketch the graph. Now everybody, sketch the graph based on this. What type of graph do I get? You should. What shape is it? Parabola. Okay, it is a parabola. Does it have a maximum or minimum point? Maximum point because of the negative sign. Yes? This negative sign is for the x squared. So I know that it will be parabola looking like this. Not very nice. And what else do I know? I can find out easily the intercepts. I can find out the line of symmetry. What is the line of symmetry? X equals to 3 will be my line of symmetry. This is x equals to 3. Why? Because of this number 3 over here. Anyway, many of you are able to identify the maximum point straight away. What is it? Gabriella, what's the maximum point? 4? Maximum point. I want coordinates. 3, 4. Okay? The maximum point is 3, 4 because you know that it is a set face. There is one particular value of x such that we have the greatest value of y. That happens when your square value is equals to 0. The 3 of you at the back, you are disturbing me. Thank you. Sorry. No problem. The maximum value is found when x minus 3 is equals to 0. That means x is equals to 3. When x is equals to 3, y is equals to 4. So that is my maximum point. As for the intercepts, You should be able to calculate it yourself. So this is x equals to 3, 4, 3, 5, 1, negative 5. Okay, my graph is not drawn very nicely because the gap over here versus the gap over here don't make sense. Right? Do you see what I'm trying to say? How can the gap for 4 units be greater than the gap for 5 units? So let me adjust my parabola. Okay, now it makes a bit more sense. Any questions? Line of symmetry, you write out 3 like this, you get 0. You must write out the x equals. Because 3 by itself is a number, it is not a line. A line has an equation has the equal sign. Okay, question 11. This is the graph of y equals to k over ax. Y equals to k over a power x. And they tell you that there are 2 points, 0, 3, and negative 4, 2, 4, 3. They lie on the curve. Meaning, this is the x value, this is the y value. This is another x value. This is another y value. When you substitute in a set of coordinates into the equation, they make sense. You will satisfy the equation. So you can choose. Do you want to substitute this set or do you want to substitute this set? Up to you. First set or second set? We try the first set because the first set has a 0. Very convenient. Probably something will disappear. So substituting. Oh no. So substitute 0, 3 into y equals to k over a power x. So 3 equals to k over a power 0. How convenient. So therefore k equals to 3. Okay, k is equals to 3. Now you substitute into y equals to k over a power x again, together with our second set of coordinates. So now 2, 4, 3, which is the value of y, is equals to k, which we found to be 3, over a to the power of x. So a to the power of, how much is x? Negative 4. This is 3a power 4. Okay, 3 times a power 4 is equals to 243, therefore a, you go and calculate, it will be equals to 3. A also equals to 3. Okay? Any questions? So far, are all the questions manageable? Nothing very difficult so far, right? Okay, solve the inequalities. This one was alright. Most of you managed to get the 2 of them. So x smaller than 4 and x greater than negative 11. So combining them together, we will have x lies between negative 11 and 4. Yeah. Okay. Then write down all the prime numbers that satisfy this. Meaning, what are all the prime numbers here? Yeah, 2 and 3. 2, 3. I had negative numbers. Negative numbers are not prime numbers. I had 1. 1 is not a prime number. What's the definition of prime number? Number that can be divided by 1 and itself. So two numbers. So that will be, the smallest will be 2. Okay, 2 can be divided by 1, it can be divided by 2. The definition of prime number is that positive only. Okay, now question 13. So steep, okay, I will tell you how steep should it be. It depends on your second portion of your graph. Okay, now, we all try to imagine, almost everybody has a water bottle. So you look at the shape of your water bottle, you imagine you turn on the tap, you fill it up. The water level rises at a constant rate if the cross-sectional area is the same, right? If it is a perfect cylinder and you turn on the tap, you don't adjust it, the water level should rise at a constant rate. But many of you, your bottles, they taper towards the top. Like Brian's bottle, there is a curve towards the top. It is narrower at the top. Do you think the water level will suddenly rise quickly over there, or will it slow down? Logically speaking, everybody feel water before, right? Like Yuli's bottle, Kikila's bottle. Towards the top, do you expect the water level to rise faster or slower? Faster. Why? Because it is smaller. There's a smaller cross-sectional area. Okay, later I'll go into that. So when the cross-sectional area is small, we expect the water level to rise quickly. Okay, now we compare this part. Okay, at the beginning, does the water level rise fast? Fast, isn't it? Because small area. Then towards the top, what happens to the area? It increases. So it will slow down. The water level, the rate of increase of water level will drop. Okay, so starting it will rise very quickly, then after that it will drop. Looking like this. Okay so far? Okay so far? Yes, sir? Now, over here, if I draw a tangent line, what does the tangent line represent? It represents the rate of increase of the height. This tangent over here, the gradient of the tangent represents the rate of increase of the height. Starting very fast. Then it will slow down some more, and it gets very slow over here. But it is still increasing. Okay, over here, water level is, the rate of increase is like this, represented by the gradient. Now I'll go on to the second part. The water level will now start to rise faster, because now we go back to a narrower, a smaller cross-sectional area. So now, the opposite will be true. Okay? As time passes, the rate of increase of height will be faster. It gets steeper. Now, we come to this portion over here. Hang on. Now we get to the final part. It is a constant cross-sectional area, right? So it should be a straight line. And the water level will still increase. So it is a straight line upwards this way. The question is, do I draw my straight line this way? Do I draw it, change color, do I draw it this way? Or do I follow the tangent line at this point? And I draw it this way. So that is what you need to decide. You know that it's going to be sloping upwards. The question is it going to be a gentle one? Is it going to be very steep? Or is it going to follow the last gradient? Answer is, it follows the last gradient. Because whatever rate of increase over here at this point is going to remain constant already. And whatever rate of increase over here depends on the cross-sectional area over here, which is already shown by the gradient at this point over here. The gradient at this point is the gradient for the last portion. Understand, Ikpin? It's got nothing to do with should it be more steep or less steep. It should follow the gradient at this point. Okay? Any questions? So I don't need all the dotted line. Okay. Next, question 14. This one was okay. There will be 24 sides. Basically, 12 units represent 180 degrees. 1 unit represent 15 degrees. So number of sides equals to 360 over 15 equals to 24. What is this 12 units? Okay, so the angle looks like this. This is the interior angle. This will be 11 units. Then this is the exterior angle, 1 unit. So interior plus exterior, they add up to be 12 units. And adjacent angles on the straight line add up to be 180 degrees. Therefore, we get 24 sides. Find the total sum of the interior angles. Sum will be equals to n minus 2 times 180. N is equals to 24, so 22 times 180, 3960. Okay, now Johnny invested 30,000 in an account. This is our principal. R% per annum. This formula over here is for compound interest. So on page 2 of your formula that is given to you, we have total amount is equals to P1 plus R over 100 to the power of n. This is from the question paper. It is very confusing from here on because your question also has R. Is this R and this R the same? Are they the same? Jingyan, are they the same? What's the difference? Which R represents what? Then what about the formula? How is it different? What does the R in the formula represent then? So same or different? No, they are not the same. In your question, this R over here is per annum. In the formula given to you, this R is for rate per period. What is a period? Is it a year? What does the question say? How often is the money compounded? Do they compound it once every year or once every quarter? Every month. So one period is 1 month. Per month. Okay? So in order not to confuse you, I shall rewrite this rate over here different from R. Okay? So now this rate in my formula sheet represents the rate per month. And what about this n? What does it represent? What does the n represent? Rate. Huh? Number of years. Number of years? Wrong. Number of periods. N represents number of periods. What is a period according to the question? A month. So number of months. Okay? With this, now we are ready to solve. Total amount is equals to 30,000. 1 plus the rate. How much is the rate per month? How much is the rate per year? Run Chen. How much is the rate per year? First line of the question. Yeah, R%, isn't it? So per month, how much is it? Zikian, how much is it per month? Is it still R? How much is it now? R over 12. 1 plus R over 12 divided by 100. Then, now we have to the power of number of periods. How many periods are there? 15 months, yes. So now, we compare this with what was in the question. 30, yeah, the 30,000 is shown over here. 1 plus R over 12 divided by 100 will be 1.005 and n will be equals to 15. Okay, so continue writing 30,000 R over 12 over 100. This is 1 plus R over 12, 1,200 power 15. So by comparison, n, the power will be equals to 15. And R over 1,200 is equals to 0.005. R will therefore be equals to 6. Okay? So for this question, the key thing is understand what do the R and the N in your formula sheet, what do they represent? They are related to the number of periods, and number of periods depends on the question, whether it is compounded monthly, weekly, hourly, daily, yearly, so on and so forth. Hence, find the interest received. It is just whatever you get in total minus your principal. In this question, we allow error carry forward. So whatever values you used, you just minus away your principal, and I will still give you the full 1 mark. Paul left school, cycled eastwards. Okay, this question was alright. Basically, draw the diagram. Paul, school, and Ali. So distance between school and Ali will be 7.5 km. Over here we have 2. Then the distance is calculated using Pythagoras theorem. What do you mean? For this question, as long as you show either this or this with calculation, you get 1 mark. Then when you show this, you get 1 more mark. This is 1 more mark. Okay? This one also okay. Basically, just go and find out either the cost per diaper, or you go and find out for 500 diapers. Then you realize that for A, the cost is 114. For B, cost is 144.75. So we will buy from A. Yes, any questions? Okay, then misleading graph. So why is it misleading? From the observation, the intake for year 2016 is twice of 2015 and then it's twice of 2014. Sorry? Can you show me? what is starting point?
Here lah, starting point mah.
You mean the year 2013?
Yes. By the way, this just this
So,
point.
so you see there is an ambiguity. It's twice of 2005.
No, because here start with 200, right? It's supposed to start with 0, right?
Yeah, so you should say the vertical axis did not start from 0. Okay, so how do we mark this question? Is that I want to see an observation. Tell me what is misleading about it. Based on observation only, then use and give an explanation based on what feature is misleading. In this case, the vertical axis did not start from 0. And that actually exaggerated the increase. If we had started from 0, the increase would have been visibly different. Okay, sit up straight. Finding the mode, 49. So what are units? Marks. Median, 38.5 marks. Generally, quite okay for this question. Who needs me to go through why 38.5? Noah? Then interquartile range, 42 minus 28 equals to 14 marks. This was quite badly done. Apparently, you do not know how to find the lower quartile position and the upper quartile position. Our numbers, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 numbers. So I can divide it into two groups, 7 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So over here, this blue color one, median position. Okay, I have 7 numbers on the left and 7 numbers on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After I do that, I find my lower quartile position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is my middle number. In other words, my lower quartile position. Why 15? Why 15? Huh? Then, now upper quartile. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth one. So I have 42 minus 28. Wait, something wrong, man? 42 minus 28. And that gives me 14 lah. Marks. Okay? Yeah, I don't know what y'all do sometimes. Now, which one gives a better representation of the marks? Mean, median, or mode? We should use the median. Because it is able to ignore outliers. Outliers are extreme values. Okay? So if you look at the stem and leaf diagram again, these are the marks scored by students. Generally, how did they do? Out of 100, did they do well? Almost everybody failed. Everybody got a range between 21 to 49, except for one genius. He got 91. So that one genius over there will skew the results. Okay? Generally, they didn't do well, but because of this person, it makes it look like they did well. So a good representation requires us to get rid of him. And we do that by using the mean. The median. To ignore the outliers, the guy who got 91. Okay, find the coordinates of D. This one was well done, not going through. Answer is -2, 1. And over here, the area will be 5 square units. 21. This one was okay, not well done. Acceleration of the car when t equals to 6. So let's say 6 is over here. And I want you to pay attention to this because it will come up for your physics paper also. What is it about this point over here that we need in order to get the acceleration? What do we need? Do we need the vertical coordinate? Is this what we need? Is this what I need, this value over here? Is it the area on the graph that I need? Or is it the gradient of the graph that I need? So you need to be sure, what is it that you require for acceleration? Anjali, what do I need for the acceleration? The speed? Okay, what feature of the graph do I need? We need a gradient. The gradient is not change in speed. Gradient is the rate of change of speed. Who is confused? Second, okay. The gradient of your speed time graph gives your acceleration. The area under your speed time graph gives the distance traveled. Yes, final speed minus initial speed over time taken lah. Okay, so gradient at this point, do I need to find this value? I don't, because the gradient at this point is equal to gradient at this point, which is equal to gradient at this point. It's the gradient at the whole line. It is a straight line. They have the same gradient. So I don't need to bother about this value. Okay, the corresponding speed, because I just need to find the gradient. So acceleration equals to gradient, which is 30 minus 0 over 10 minus 0. It's 3 meters per square second. Then show that k equals to 15 if the distance is 345 meters. That means the area under the graph is 345. This is 345. So let us form an equation. What is the area of a trapezium? Of parallel sides times the perpendicular height equals to 345. Sum of the parallel sides will be 18 plus, over here I have k comma 30. So this distance will be k minus 10. Then the total, the longer side will be 18. perpendicular height is 30. So half times 18 plus k minus 10 times the perpendicular side, which is 30. This is equals to 3, 4, 5. Solve for k. Of course, you can do so using triangles and rectangles. It's just more tedious. Any questions? Otherwise, question 22. CBA. So this angle is equal to DCB. They are the same, and then all the lengths are given. Show that two triangles are similar. Good that most of you actually drew the two triangles. So it should look like this. C, A, B. This is 9. This is 5. And then a smaller triangle. D, B, C. This is 25 over 9. And this is 9. And the common angle, the equal angle will be CBA over here and DCB. These two. Okay, how do we prove that two triangles are similar? Yes, you can use the ratio of sides, but how many sides do we need to prove? Only 2? Only 1? We need to prove either the 3 ratios are the same or 2 ratios with one same included angle. Or we prove that 2 angles are the same. So I'll say it again. The one you are most familiar with is to prove that 2 angles are the same. Because when 2 angles are the same, the third one must be the same. Therefore, they are equal. This is the one everybody is sure of. Another one is to prove that the ratio of the corresponding sides, all 3 of them, are the same. And the final one will be the ratio of 2 sides are the same plus the included angle. It must be included angle are the same. Okay, let's look. So if I have a triangle looking like this I will have 4 units and 6 units. Ik pin. This triangle over here, 4, 6. Okay? Then I draw another triangle. This one is 2 and 3. Do I have 2 corresponding sides ratio? 2 is to 1. And over here, 2 is to 1. Based on what you just said, 2 corresponding sides have the same ratio. They should be similar, right? That's what you just said. Are these 2 triangles similar? They are obviously not, because this triangle has one angle that is more than 90 degrees, whereas all of these are smaller than 90 degrees. Okay? So what makes 2 triangles similar? Corresponding sides must be the same, plus the angle in between the 2 sides must be the same. In this case, they are not the same. Therefore, cannot conclude yet. Okay? So let's go back to the question. Now we have 2 sides. Okay, one corresponding side, another corresponding side. The easiest way will now be to check that the ratio of corresponding sides are the same. Meaning A, B to BC. This should be 5. This is 9:5. That is one set of ratio. Now let's check for CB to DC. How much is it? This is 5 to 25 over 9. Simplify it, we will get 9:5 as well. Okay, I multiplied by 9 on both sides. Then I divided by 5. So you see that this and this, they are the same. Since in these 2 triangles, since AB to BC is equal to CB to DC, which is equals to 9:5, and angle CBA equals to angle DCB, the two triangles are similar. Most of you had this, but you did not have this. Okay, questions? Next, ratio of the area CBD to ABDC. ABDC. So this small triangle versus whatever is left of the big triangle. So we know that they are similar triangles. So the ratio of the area must be 9 square is to 5 square. So 81 is to 25. That is the big to the small one. So since this is 25, this must be 81 minus 25, which is equals to what? 56. So this is equals to 25 over 56. Okay, then the working, right? How to show the working? Area of CBD over area of BAC equals to 5 over 9 square, which is 25 over 81. Area of CBD over area of ABDC equals to 25 over 81 minus 25. Vincent, do you get this correct? Huh? I don't understand, no? How come you all don't get it correct? You're not interested in learning. '23. The area of the major sector can be written blah blah blah. Where is the major sector? This shaded region is the major sector, yes? The area for sector equals to half r square theta, where theta is angle in radians. That's it. Regardless, major, minor, same. Whatever, now if you had written half r square pi over 3, then you're only finding this area. I want the red area. That gives me half r square. By the way, what is the radius for this? D lies on a circle, center O, radius r. Okay, so this is r, they don't want to tell you yet. Half r square theta. What is the angle over here? Yeah, 2 pi minus pi over 3 lah. Then this will be 5 pi over 6 r square. Therefore, k equals to 5 over 6. Is there another way to do it? Of course there is. You could have done area of AOC. Then you're finding the small one, the small area. Equals to half r square times pi over 3. Then the answer equals to pi r square minus half r square pi over 3. And then you will get the same answer. Now part B, the perimeter of ABCDA. A, B, C, D, A. To find this area, this perimeter, we can find ADC quite easily. ADC equals to R theta, which is R times pi over 3. The problem comes for ABC. What is the length of ABC? What kind of triangle is this? Is it an equilateral triangle? Yes. This is 60 degrees. These are the radius. It is an isosceles triangle. Base angles are the same. In other words, 60 degrees. So pi over 3 also. So this is an equilateral triangle, meaning this side also same length. So this semicircle at the top has a diameter of r. So what is the radius? R over 2. So ABC is equals to 2 pi times the radius, which is r over 2, divided by 2. And we will get pi r over 2. Okay, then we add that up to, so we say that ABC equals to pi 2 pi r over 2 divided by 2, which is pi r over 2. This is pi r over 3. So we add them up. Total equals to pi r over 2 plus pi r over 3, 5 over 6 pi r. So we compare, therefore h equals to 5 over 6. Okay? Then we have just question 24. Very quickly, let me just take less than 1 minute if the computer stops lagging. Okay, this over here is A complement intersect B. Okay, these are the last two answers. Anybody needs to change marks. If you need to change marks, you bring me your paper. Otherwise, once you bring your paper out of this classroom, no more changing marks. Okay? So that's all. Tomorrow, bring your question paper. Otherwise, you'll end up sharing, and that is not good for you. Thank you, class. Goodbye. You can go. Yes. Actually, the 1 mark they wanted was for this, the correct writing of this. Then there'll be one final answer. Oh, why is it like this? What do you have now, by the way? 8x smaller than 9x, right? Let's just compare the x's first. Okay? Now I will minus 9x on both sides. That's what you did, isn't it? So 8x minus 9x, you get negative x. Alright? Then minus 3, still smaller than 8. Alright? Next, what do you want to do? You want to move all the numbers to the other side, right? What do you do? What do you do? Plus. So minus x smaller than 8 plus 3. Negative x is smaller than 11. Correct?
Sign.
You see the sign? Something? Okay, then the next step, what is the next step?
Change the negatives to change.
I can, yeah, like what you say, you change, then you flip what I like to do is I move this over here. So I plus x here, I plus x here. I minus 11 here, I minus 11 here. Negative 11. You see my sign, don't change one. My sign always constant because I don't like to flip.
And then the x could be a negative number.
The x could be a negative number.
Uh,
What do you mean? Yeah, it could be like x is greater than negative 11. So x could be negative 10. It could be negative 9.
like if it's a negative number greater than 11, it could also be like greater than 11.
This is negative x
I don't
smaller than
understand.
11.
Try again.
Because I remember last time you say if you times negative 1, right, then that's how I know whether it should be this way or the other way.
Okay, so if I multiply by negative 1, okay, let's go from this step. If I multiply by negative 1, I'll get x greater than negative 11. Because I need to flip this sign.
Okay.
Then I'll still get this.
Okay.
Simple. 教完是 my paper 2.
Tomorrow lah.
I get 70 or 71 and just like
Okay.
教完11. Cannot. Why? So you got class now?
Yes.
So how you calculate the percentage? Overall percentage.
50% for paper 1, 50% for paper 2.
So you just the total marks you have 100.
No lah, what you maths fail? So paper 1 has a higher weighting. That's what you're trying to find out. Everything 15%. How many turn off the lights and fans times? Good afternoon, class. Sit down. Take out your worksheet. We haven't finished it yet. Worksheet. Last week, we haven't finished it yet, right?